All right. I'd like to thank everybody who took the time out to come here today. Anybody who's watching this online through Facebook or YouTube, thank you for also watching as well. My name is Angell Renee Hobart Lips. I'm a student here at Kent State University, Trumbull campus, and I'm covering domestic violence through its Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So, I want to clarify that domestic violence is not only it's not a gender-oriented or gender-specific epidemic. It affects both male and female victims. But I'm going to speak on behalf of the women because that's what I chose to do. I want to speak for the women whose lives have been taken and give a voice to the victims who hide, and to celebrate the ones who have survived through the domestic abuse. This content I'm about to share can be hard, and excuse me if I do become emotional while presenting this. I am not going to sugarcoat this because it's a serious problem that needs direct attention and it needs addressed and stopped. Domestic violence can affect anyone of any age, race, gender, sexual orientation, or religion. Whether you realize it or not, statistics point out that 1 in every 4 women have been or will be affected by domestic abuse by one of their intimate partners, whether married or dating. 1 in 4 women. So that means 1 out of your 4 friends who are girls have been affected, or you know somebody who has been or will be in the future. This can happen to anybody anywhere. Down the road, in the same town, in the same community. The abuse is often combined with emotional and abusive controlling behavior, and in most cases can result in physical injury, psychological trauma, and sometimes death. The controller will use certain things like appearance. At first, they'll just call you mean things. You're stupid, you're dumb. Sometimes they'll call you a slut, a whore, anything degrading. And then it'll get worse to the point where they're controlling phone calls, who you can talk to, how you can look in public. You can't wear makeup, you can't look nice, no revealing clothes, nothing that makes you attractive to anybody else. Then they beat you down. They do the, you're not good enough for anybody else, you're not beautiful enough for anybody else, you're not beautiful enough for me. And if taken long enough and goes too far, it could end up being physical abuse. Most victims suffer in silence. Most cases go unreported. Champion Police Chief Chris Reddick states that there's 3 to 4 domestic violence calls a week. It gets worse in the holidays, towards October on to December. The economy is one of the big factors. Money is an issue. Children are issues, so they're not issues at all. Stuff like that. Women 20 to 24 years of age are at more of a greater risk of being abused by their intimate partners. What I do here is I want to give awareness to people my age, younger and older than me, to open up their eyes to see what could happen in the future before they make families and get children involved. It gets a lot worse when children get involved. Less than 1/5 of victims that are beaten go to the hospital for medical treatment. In most cases, again, go unreported. Whether the abuse is physical or verbal, the consequences of domestic violence can cross generations and can truly last a lifetime. Between 2,000 and 4,000 women die every year because of domestic violence. Women who leave their husbands are at a 75% greater risk of being killed by the man that they're staying with, whether it be boyfriend or husband. What they do is they use control to, you can't leave me or else I'll kill your friends or your family or your children. And what this does is it puts you in the spot where you can't leave and where you can't go anywhere. In just the last few minutes of me talking to you, it could have been about 6 women have been beaten by their husbands or boyfriends. Beaten is not only physically, it's emotionally and verbally as well. Statistics have proven that domestic violence is the leading cause of injury to women more than car accidents, normal accidents, muggings, and rapes combined. Many victims suffer through silence, and abuse goes through a secret and hiding physical and emotional pain from the public. Same with the children. Children have to live with seeing this every day for the rest of their lives. But those women who come forward and work to encourage and protect victims urge the public to get involved and to take notice of domestic violence, to prevent this from happening to your children, your friends' children, or even somebody you completely don't even know and might not like. This could help them. Just speaking up and speaking out could help them. If you're living like this, living the nightmare every day, it's never too late. But please act before it is too late. You never know. You could save a loved one's life. That was hard to understand and was quite a bit muffly. That is because there was a woman who was being abused by her husband, and she had a cell phone in her pocket. She dialed 911 on that cell phone. At this point, the technology wasn't there that they couldn't pinpoint exactly what house this call was coming from. Just downstairs of that house, there was 2 little girls. And though this was a routine thing in their house, it was time for it to stop. One of the little girls was 8 and the other was 6. The 8-year-old picked up the phone and called the police. That's what this end of the 911 tape you heard was. What you might not have heard is that that little girl's name was Angell. That little girl was V. At that time, my mom, who was upstairs, was 8 months pregnant with my little brother. If I wouldn't have picked up that phone and called that day, I don't know what kind of story I'd be telling you. I don't know what statistic I would fit into. I don't know what kind of statistic my mother would fit into. If I wouldn't have done that, I don't know where I'd be now. And I don't regret what happened. I don't like my dad. I hate him. But I don't wish my life any different. I wouldn't change my life to be different. I appreciate my life and my family and everything so much because it's made me stronger. It's made me a better person today. So I encourage you, don't ignore it. Don't go in the next room. Stand up and do what's right. Because you don't know what might come out of it. And that's how you show that you truly love someone. Thank you guys.